Welcome to episode 46 of the Super Parent Syndrome, and I'm your host, Dr. Nick Fanning. Today's episode is, It's Not Watching Your Kids.
Parenting in the 21st century is ever evolving, and while you balance work, kids, and your sanity, it's easy to feel discouraged. Welcome to the Super Parent Syndrome with your host, Dr. Nick Fanning.
Hello, people. So, my wife has been away for several days and will continue to be away for several days until Father's Day. Now, she is home about 3 days a week, sometimes 4 days a week. And so the big lesson in this is that it is a dad that is stepping up to plate. Now, I am running my own business, so I do have a babysitter help me out when I can during the course of the day from 8 to 5. But that's only on Mondays because the rest of the time either mom's home or I take Fridays off during this time so I can watch them. That does not mean that I don't have to have all the meals prepped and things like that and still get people to T-ball. It is amazing just how much you learn to appreciate your spouse when you have them there. However, same time, I'm rocking it. I'm getting it done. And so even the kids are to the point where they're not even really crying for mom or asking for mom. And these are small kids. And so my wife is actually getting a little bit butthurt. She's like, man, they don't even care that I'm leaving, or that they don't even like even crying for me or asking for me like they used to. And I tell them, I was like, babe, it doesn't mean that they don't love you less or need you less. In fact, your role is completely crucial. There are only things that you're going to only be able to do. There's only things that I'm going to only be able to do. And yes, I'm stepping up to the plate, which I'm very proud of. But at the same time, this is your chance to do something you love, but then bring back and improve our lives even more. Now, my lesson in all of this is that I've stepped up in a big way. When the wife gets back, it does not give me permission to step back down. In fact, I don't know if I'm going to sneeze. Nope. Not going to sneeze. Okay, anyway, it does not give me permission to step back down. So when my wife does come back, what can I use that extra time or freedom that she may free up to continue producing and living at that level where I can be super dad for the kids, where I can still bring home the buffalo to work, to bring home the pay, so to speak, and then still romance my wife. That's the key role here. And so, folks, once you, it's like this. Even in work, if you get a raise, if you continue living your old life at the old level, then you get more savings, and that more savings can be moved towards better living conditions in the future. Well, same thing here. I've expanded. I've stepped up. I've so to speak grown. If I continue to just play at the level I used to, the kids are not going to benefit from the wife is not going to benefit from that. My business is not going to benefit from that. But what it can do is if I allow it to, and I use that energy and I use that experience to step it up and stay at that level, and then even more so when my wife comes back, just think exponentially what that can mean. Okay? And here's the thing. For all you single parents out there, man, my hat is off to you. The fact that you can play those roles and still get everything done and still run the family, make sure your house stays in orderly, and still invest in your children speaks volumes for you, because it is parenting by itself is not for the weak. And then when you have to do it all by yourself, holy moly, it's a whole new level. So folks, don't discount yourself. In fact, I just had a client the other day say like, yeah, sorry, I suck because I can't make my appointment or because I can't pay my bill or whatever my bill is. I'm sorry, you don't. You're a beast. You're getting it done. You're somehow raising a family. You're still paying your bills. And yeah, you got a small balance with me. We'll get that paid off. I totally understand where you're at. And at the same time, keep going. It is just like the podcast I did before. Keep your eye on the next rung of the monkey bars. Don't get distracted by what is your fear and what's looking down or looking at the ground when you're doing the monkey bars. Look at the next rung, and you're going to succeed. So some of my takeaways for these last 3 weeks with the wife being away is 1, you can always push a little bit harder. 2, guys, instead of focusing, and I don't know why I say men, but all parents in general, instead of focusing on the checklist or the things that need to get done when you're playing with your children. For example, let's say you're trying to teach your child how to play baseball, okay? And this child is like, standing there with the bat. And, it doesn't matter that we stand there and we make sure that they have the perfect swing and everything's just right. They're not going to remember that. In fact, if you really think about it, eventually they're going to learn how to swing the bat. It does not have to be today at 2:00. It does not even have to be in the next few weeks. They're going to get it. But what they will remember is how much fun and how much presence you gave them instead of turning it into a frustrating time where they're constantly having to learn and adjust and you telling them everything they're doing wrong. Instead, just live in the moment. Have some fun with them. If they're going to swing the bat terribly, but they're having fun, who cares? Honestly, really, who cares? Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly. But imagine the memories, imagine the energy that you're going to create just by giving up on the whole checklist or getting up on the whole purpose of that. Instead saying like, you know what? I'm going to spend an hour with my child and we're going to have a great time. And yes, we're going to play some baseball, but they don't have to have everything perfect. They don't have to hit 90 grounders and make sure that we get them absolutely done right. It's just live that experience. And when you do that, yes, your schedule might be off a little bit, but just think how much the quality of life of you and your child will change. One of the best things I ever did for myself and my family was give up control during bedtime. It wasn't like, okay, 7:15 hit, it's time for bed, get your butts in bed, go potty, brush your teeth, go, because it's 7:15, you guys are 2 minutes late, rah, rah, rah. Instead of changing it into a stressful time that took 5-10 minutes, if you just give up control and just kind of let it go, oddly enough, I was getting out there even faster, 7-8 minutes, sometimes 12, yes, I understand. But at the same time, by not being the drill instructor, what a change that made and what a change it made for my family. So, folks, that's my challenge for you is that even though life might be a little crazy for you, because guess what? That's your default setting. It's never going to change. As busy you feel right now, it's going to be like that forever. So, embrace it. Embrace the suck. Embrace the fact that you're going to be busy. And instead of focusing on that trivial checklist, enjoy the time, enjoy the experience itself. Your kids will thank you for it. And I sure know that's going to lower your stress too. So, it's another episode with Dr. Nick Fanning over the Super Parent Syndrome. I appreciate you joining with me this week, and I'm signing off.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Super Parent Syndrome. Please be sure to visit peptalksforparents.com for more content and our free newsletter. And remember, you are not alone.